What's up, everybody? It's the plant-based nutritionista. Listen, if you're watching the news or listening to the radio, you probably are hearing a lot of reports advising everyone to stay cool, to hydrate, to be careful in this hot weather around the nation. Well, let me say this. What they're not saying is this hot weather across the nation is not going to change. Like, we are in a climate crisis, and this is just the beginning. So if you think this is just a season of a couple of weeks and then we'll get some relief, go on and enjoy our summer, that's a great thought. But this is going to continue. The weeks of these heat waves and excessive heat periods are going to go from weeks to months, months to years. This is why it's important that we stand up and speak out against data centers. Because all of us right now, most of us, have the luxury of turning on a faucet to get a glass of water or getting a bottle of water at a reasonable cost. With data centers draining water, a very important natural resource, we're not going to have that luxury pretty soon. So this is the time to put into practice all those things we learned in our sandbox days, conserving water, conserving energy, but also being attentive to what is happening in your local government areas, making sure they're not allowing data center developers to just bulldoze in and not have any responsibility. There are ways to continue to do life without this excessive, urgent need of gotta have it now, gotta have it fast, gotta have it yesterday. To what end are we racing to? We are expeditiously running to the grave for what? Let's enjoy life. Let's slow down. Let's smell the roses along the way. And let's be sure that we are making our voices heard. If you think that your voice doesn't matter, please think again, because it does. Every email you send, every post that you make and you tag that politician, every phone call that you make, it matters. When you show up to their office and express yourself, it matters. When you write a letter and put it in the mail, let me tell you something, it matters. Your presence and your voice matters. Not only at the ballot box, for every single election, local, state, and federal, but also when you show up to your politicians and you speak with them, you write to them, you call them, you continue to hold them accountable. You should want to be involved because your life matters. You matter. And I hold our elected officials to a very high level because what they do, what you do, if you're a politician watching or elected official watching, affects my life. That is a basic concept called federal headship. What you do trickles down to me at some point, good, bad, or indifferent. And I want those things to be good. I want to know that the decisions we are making today, right now, are going to still benefit society and the environment and our ecosystems 7+ years from now. We have to stop this extractive nature of just me, my mind, let me get what I need, let me take. We were meant to be in harmony and in balance with this earth. And if we think we're going to continue to extract and there are not going to be consequences, we are sadly mistaken. And so if you are watching this video, would you please just take a moment and figure out what's going on in your community? Would you get involved? Join a civic organization. Just subscribe to their newsletter. Sometimes that's the easiest way to keep your ear on the pulse of what is happening in your community around you. Glance at the email. You don't have to read the whole thing all the time. Just glance at it and see what the topics are and know when to zero in and pay attention and read that particular article or section. But get involved. Your voice is your vote, yes, but your voice is also so important and it matters even beyond the ballot box. Do you see what we just did here in Georgia when they were trying to gerrymander elections and redraw district maps just before a major election coming up? That shows you the power of presence. So I want you to know that you matter, your voice matters, and that this environment, our climate, matters. So shout out to all the women and men out there that I know of anyway, that are having babies right now. That is such a powerful act of resistance, right? We want a better earth for the babies that are being born today. That means we all have to have collective responsibility for that. What does that look like? So we don't get to leave a light on in a bedroom or a room in the house and say, oh, it's my bill I paid every month, it's fine. Or let the water run until it gets hot. No, we don't get to do that. Because imagine, multiply that times the number of people that live in this nation alone. This is why you think it's hot here. Look across the oceans and see what's happening to our global brothers and sisters because of our behavior here in America. We can bend the tide. I'm going to get off this soapbox because I'm about to start talking about how we're consumers and single-use consumers, many of us. But your voice matters. You matter. Everything you do matters. And the collective behaviors of all of us, it's what's going to determine the outcome for this nation and also for the world around us. We are all contributing to climate change, either for the better or for the worse or for our detriment. So we get to decide. You think it's hot now? This is only the beginning. We can still cool our planet. We can still turn this global warming phenomena around. And let me tell you the number one thing that we can do at every meal, at every snack, every single day. The number one action we can all take is to eat more whole plant foods. We can put a demand on agriculture to grow healthy food without biocides, without pesticides. And we can do that, and that can help with carbon sequestration. Eat more whole plant foods. That is the recommendation. That is the movement. We've known this for years. I'm not saying anything new, by the way. It's been published for over decades. We know this. But we've already exceeded 7 out of 9 planetary boundaries that makes this planet habitable. This is not a game. This is not a gimmick. This is real. So I need you to commit to doing your part. Forward this video, pass it around. Everybody has to do their part. Anything that has ever worked in any country has been a grassroots effort. Let's all do our part to love our planet so that our planet can love us back. I'm the plant-based nutritionista, here to inspire you to take your health back one meal at a time by eating more plants, moving your body, drinking that water, and now we're going to add loving that environment. Come on, somebody. All right. Have a good one. Until next time. Bye.